All right, happy Christmas Eve, everyone. I'm Dee.
And I'm Herman.
So welcome back to our channel. Today we want to talk about, could this be our last Christmas in the U.S.? So I know I was thinking about this today as Stephanie Perry was talking about her vision board, and I was looking at mine today, looking at how much of the goals and things that we were able to accomplish this year. And we just kind of wanted to talk through some of that as we look at could we really be where we want to be, which is living abroad by the end of 2023. That is starting to sound a little scary to me, that we have done all the things that we've done and are preparing to do, but that like we could really start selling things and getting ready to go, that this is the last time I'm going to make our kids' favorite Christmas items, like, you know, homemade Chex Mix and the pretzel hugs and my famous apple cider for Christmas. So like, I mean, like what have you been thinking about as we've been discussing, like, could this really happen? Like, could we go from I want to do something different to like we're doing it?
Well, I'm trying to stay mindful of time. 12 months sounds longer than it is. And there could be so much to do, and trying to put that into an organization in my head and on paper so that I have a plan to follow. It's so easy to get distracted because we're still having to live the responsibilities of each day.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we're transitioning our 3 young adults to more independent living. And so having to make that adjustment with them, as well as continue to make adjustments in how we live. We've been downsizing for the last several years, to their dismay. We've been downsizing because, you know, when you recognize I have things I never use, I have things I don't need, I have things that somebody else could make better use of. As we downsize those things, it makes the visual in the home look different. It makes the feel of the home look different. And trying to help them acclimate to some of that change without feeling uncomfortable, as we, their parents, are trying to still live young.
Mm-hmm.
And so
just walking through the store, buying their Christmas gifts this year, buying Christmas gifts for each other, just look different.
And it's always been a little overwhelming. And it was really overwhelming this year because we're trying to buy them something that says this is a care gift, and this is you in your mature life gift. A kid, you buy them a toy and something educational. Now it's like, how does this help you in your future? How does this help you grow?
But it's also, I think, helped us to focus. There were things that I think if we weren't thinking about moving abroad that I probably would have bought. But it just helped to sharpen our focus. Like, I'm not going to need this in a year, so why should I buy it? I want a bigger TV, but it doesn't make sense to buy a larger TV, and we're not going to be here. And I think thinking about, could this be our last Christmas? Initially, I was thinking emotionally, just, oh, this is the last time we're going to put up, decorations. It's the last time we're going to have our Kwanzaa celebration, with our family. It's the last time. And you kind of get a little emotional, but I think just a sharper focus on how do we do the things today that will help us line up with what our goals are? I think that is it becomes a motivator, a drive, an expectation. So I know we're looking forward to doing the vision board with Adelia and Adelia Borashade of Peaky Girl Travels. You know, just to really focus. You know, the YouTube channel was something I thought about, but like we did it. You know, this year, kind of thinking about, you know, work moves, you know, how to get my skills together. It's really sharpening my focus on what really matters so that I'm investing instead of just living.
And that's probably the other part of it too, is as we've financially shifted and changed our goals and living and organizational, it also has an impact on, you know, just this time of year to be I guess what to say, to be revealing. This time of year has always been a bit of a financial challenge, and not just because of the holiday. There are shifts in what's needed and what's happening. And so, you know, the planning for this time of year has been kind of thoughtful, because we're trying to plan for, you know, tuition for children, and planning for the renewal of certain resources that we use that we tend to pay on an annual or biannual way. And so those things fall into this time frame of the year, taxes and, you know, all those things. And so trying to plan for that in the middle of, we're also trying to get out of here, makes it a little overwhelming at times, a little daunting. And it, again, like I said when I started, you know, a plan is a big deal. And Dia and I think process different. You see how I fixed that?
You're so kind.
See how I fixed that? We process different, and because we process different, it's important that we find a process point that we can meet in the middle and comment about. And one of the things that we share is the more it's on paper, the better it's easier for us to maintain it. I live in my head. I live in my head. So I'm going from piece to piece in my head, and will forget sometimes that how I view that piece translates different to my wife, translates different for my wife. And so by putting it on paper, we have to discuss it. And that discussion then becomes, oh, no, I thought it was this, no, it's that. And then it gives us a plan forward that we both understand. If we have tasks, if we have responsibilities, if we have a shared purpose, that it's going in the same way.
Yeah.
Most of the time, that's worked out.
Well, you know, so could this be our last Christmas in the U.S.? I know it's up to us. We are spending a lot of time over the next week. I am very thankful that I have, you know, time off from my main job, and we can do the planning that will help us to be more successful, to give ourselves thought time, to recognize our accomplishments along the way, to, you know, what's our plan A, what's our backup plan, because as everyone who has made an exodus has shared, you know, life be lifing. And when life be lifing, you've got to like roll with it, but toward your goal. So, you know, we're very focused on family. We're very focused on releasing what doesn't serve us. Mm-hmm. But the momentum of 2023 is, let's go. Let's get it cracking, because I don't want to wait. We don't want to wait. Putting things in motion for residency, putting things in motion for what are we going to do with our house? How are we going to make our money? This could be our last Christmas because we are putting thoughts, intentions, and actions in place. So wishing everybody a happy holiday, that those who are without, those who are lonely, that you find connection and purpose. And we're so glad to have you all connect with us in 2022 and hope for great things in 2023.
Continue to believe in yourself and your hopes and dreams. And we hope to be a part of your community, and you'll be a part of ours. Happy holiday.
Happy holidays, everybody.